Hi everyone, let's talk about money and food spending in Stockholm specifically. You've probably heard that Sweden and Stockholm is very expensive, and I already made a video about average cost for different things in Stockholm. But this time I wanted to focus specifically on food and also adjust the food prices that I shared back then based on the current inflation trends. So in this video, I want to share our food budget for a week for 2 people. I even, saved all the checks and all the bills from the grocery store. So we're gonna see what we've spent money on with my partner during our average week in Stockholm. There are a few important points here, and of course everyone's experience will be different, whether you're trying to save money or not, whether you have specific food preferences and tastes. Your spending on food, of course, will be different, but I want to just share average prices for different foods, for groceries, for going out, for lunches and dinners, and we're gonna talk about that. Hey there, little editing disclaimer here. While I was making this video and doing calculations on how much we spent, talking to my friends how much we spent on food, I came to a few pretty sad realizations, and the first one is that it's not possible on an average salary in Stockholm to not think about how much you spend on food and not think about budgeting it, not think about not buying this ice cream or this raspberry or this another drink, because you just won't be able to afford eating as much as you want and whatever you want. And it doesn't even have to be particularly special from expensive stores or from expensive restaurants, just regular going out to a grocery store and just buying whatever you feel like, or going out to a medium priced restaurant and having lunch, brunch or dinner. But I do want to be able to just go in and see a bag of raspberries and buy it. And even though I can, it's not the best financial decision for me and for people with the same amount of income as me. For most of my life, my definition of normal life, and maybe, I don't know, I wouldn't even call it success, more actually normal life, was not needing to think about food and sustenance and just being able to afford whatever food I liked. I came from a somewhat food insecure household from post-Soviet times where my dad had to work 3 jobs to be able to pay for food and other expensive, and my parents had to stand in a queue with talons for food stamps, I guess they're called. So I really wanted at some point to just be able to go into a store and see it, whatever I feel like, maybe candy, raspberries, fruits, whatever, fancy fish, and just get it for myself. And now I'm realizing that on a normal, regular salary in most countries, but also even in Sweden, you can't really do that. And that's very depressing, and it's only going to get worse because of the inflation rate rising and the food crisis that we're having because of the war and the pandemic fallout. So yeah, this is not the most fun video. I wanted to still make it and release it just to show the food prices around Stockholm, and you can also use it as a calculator for inflation. So depending on when you're watching this, the prices are from end of May 2022, so you can calculate from the current new prices, which you can find on the store's website. How much was the actual inflation? How much does eggs and milk cost now? Because it's gonna get more expensive for sure with energy problems and the food crisis. There's no way it's not gonna get more expensive, but at least I'm really grateful to be living in Sweden where it's very likely that we will have food. It's rare, but it's not very likely that we won't have anything to eat. Some things to note is that, first of all, we don't currently budget for food, although probably we're going to start soon to specifically create food budget and grocery list and shop based on that. Right now, we just shop based on what we currently want to eat for morning or dinner. Typically, we shop at local grocery stores, so we don't pick and choose shops and don't go to specific supermarkets either to save or to get some specific things, almost never. And of course, if you choose different places, if you buy products based on different promotions and sales, it will affect your budget. Another thing is that we never eat meat at home, and very rarely we have fish at home, so that does significantly affect our budget because meat and poultry is fairly expensive. Most of the time we eat completely plant-based food at home. Another point is that we rarely buy alcohol, so that would also increase your budget and spending. both if you drink outside in restaurants or bars and if you buy alcohol for yourself in Systembolaget. So let's go and look at our spending for the week of 16th May. As a true data person, I of course made a spreadsheet. I'm going to show it all the purchases we did, what kind of food was that, and how much did it cost in Swedish crowns, which is SEK, in dollars and euro. So on Monday, I was eating leftovers from Sunday for lunch, so I didn't really spend any money. And my partner spent 156 crowns for lunch at like their canteen next to his office, and also 208 crowns for groceries for dinner. And let's look at what that was. It included 3 avocados for 10 crowns each. That's usually like a campaign in the store. Then baby prune tomatoes, so like not the smallest one, kind of tomatoes, for $19.95, so $2. Spinach for $24.95. Feta cheese, lactose-free, for $28.95. One giant cucumber, which is like the type of cucumber you get in Europe. I don't know why. I really like a smaller cucumbers from Russia, but yeah, that's really rare here. So the cucumber costs $29.95, almost €3 for one cucumber. And then another type of tomatoes for $34.95, and then a big, I think it's 1 kilo of potatoes for $39.95. So all that adds up to 208 crowns and 70 öre. From that, with like some, of course, staples that we usually have at home, like olive oil and maybe some canned stuff, some canned beans, we made some salad for ourselves for dinner with added tuna. On Tuesday, my partner also had breakfast on his way to the office, and that was, I think, like a coffee, regular coffee, and a sandwich with maybe meat or cheese for 88 crowns. Then he had lunch for 110 crowns. Then I went out and had coffee for 40 crowns, which is fairly cheap. I think regularly you rarely get like a cappuccino for less than 50, but it was a really nice cappuccino. Tack så mycket. This is a really good coffee. So we got a cappuccino for 40 SEK, like $4 for approximately. I think they have a small surcharge for the oat milk. It's a really good coffee though. Then we bought groceries for 191. I have the breakdown here as well. So again, it's tomatoes. We eat a lot of tomatoes. It's broccoli. Broccoli is like maybe one of the things that stayed the same price from like maybe half a year ago, where most of the prices started to increase, and that was 15 crowns for one broccoli. It's also like a campaign in the store. Then we bought some like paper towels for $33.95, coffee filters for $19.95. I think that was also like 10 crowns maybe a year ago. We bought coriander for a very specific type of salad that we like to do, like mixed coriander with avocado, and that was $69.95 for like a bunch of coriander, which is insane because you don't use that much. I don't know why they sell that much, probably marketing reasons, but yeah, €7 for coriander. And then some canned, what's it called? Corn, canned corn for $17.95. So that was $191.80. Then we went for our after dinner walk and bought ourselves some snacks. I really wanted ice cream, so we went for 2 kind of healthy-ish type of ice creams. They were both, or each, $35.95, so total $71.90. On Wednesday, we also bought some groceries. We're missing receipts for those, so I don't know what we bought there. We bought groceries for 58 crowns. Then my partner had lunch for 110 again, and breakfast for 80, and I bought snacks for 91. That's probably was like salt and vinegar chips and stuff like this. We'll see. I filmed that, so we'll see what that is. Also on Wednesday, I was supposed to have lunch in the office, or like I was supposed to go to the office and have lunch in the city. And I tried going to like a new place with some nice salads, but it was fully packed. And then it turned out that we had free lunch at work. So my lunch was on Spotify. So today I went to work from the office and now it's lunchtime, so I wanted to have lunch somewhere around, and this is very typical, especially in the summer in Sweden. It's just 12 exactly and there's already a queue to literally any place. I wanted to go to a health salad restaurant called Kale and Crave, and there's already maybe 15 people standing outside, and the seating is also full. So I guess I'm gonna just go around and see wherever I can find myself a salad that's ready. I can just buy it and not wait for people. But yeah, this is having lunch in the city during a work day in Stockholm. Didn't pay anything for lunch and for coffee. We don't really have like free food as like at Google, but sometimes there is an event and we get it for lunch, which is nice. Then on Thursday, I had lunch for 164. So my Thursday lunch was a mix of fruits for 49.95. I bought myself some kombucha for 37.95. Then Aranciato Rosso San Pellegrino, which I really hooked onto right now. I don't know, I can't stop drinking it. 25.95, two cans, and a salad bar for 76.97. And that was 430 grams, so a kilo of like this picked together salad is 179. And my partner again had lunch for 110 and breakfast for 80 crowns. On Friday, we went out for cinema plus dinner kind of thing. We watched Everything Everywhere All at Once. It was so cool. Amazing movie. Totally recommend. Today's Friday and we're having a dinner and movie date. We're going to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once at a nice, cozy, didn't go the right way, art housey, where you can have dinner while you're watching a movie. So there's like tables and stuff, and we had to pre-order food. So this is gonna count as our Friday dinner food expenses. The tickets were 280 SEK per person, which is more expensive than a regular cinema. And the food was 165 and 245, I think, per dish. And we're also gonna get some drinks. How much was wine? How much was wine? 100, okay. considerably. That's kind of a fairly expensive, I would say. It's like a higher end. That's more than average for a dish for dinner, I think, in Stockholm, although they're kind of close to 200 now. But I'd say that the size was pretty small, although it was really, really tasty. Then we also got some drinks. I got a non-alcoholic beer and he got some wine, and that was 210 crowns altogether. On Friday, he had breakfast again and I had lunch. And his breakfast was 79, my lunch was 54. I don't remember what I ate, maybe like small salad or something like that. On Saturday, we went shopping, and we went shopping for camping equipment. So we went to Naturkompaniet store, and it's kind of far out from our house, closer to the city center. And we decided to have breakfast in a nice creperie place where, yeah, you can get different types of crepes and some cider. So our breakfast on Saturday was 690 for 2 crepes and I think 3 drinks or 2 drinks, which is also kind of fairly common prices. Then we went and got coffee each, a cappuccino with oat milk, and that was 45 crowns each. Then we went to buy groceries in a Asian supermarket, and that was specifically because we wanted some specific type of kimchi, which we really liked. And there has been a really big inflation on kimchi. That's one of, actually we noticed the most, because we used to buy kimchi for maybe like 59 or 69 crowns in November 2021, and now it's like 79 or 80. It's and it's all only gonna increase. And I know I'm not in a place to, you know, complain, because of course I'm in a privileged position where I'll be able to afford food, some food, maybe not kimchi or whatever, but there's gonna be so many people starving, which is just freaking insane. But yeah, probably Sweden won't have the lack of food, but the prices are gonna be even more than currently. So in Asian store, we got some fortune cookies, 5 crowns each. Black beans, so that's, oh yeah, that's laugenma. Black beans and chili oil for 39. 1 pack of kimchi for 83. MSG for 33.50, another kimchi for 83, and then another kimchi for 83, and some coconut ice cream. There are 4 in 1 pack for 68 crowns. I love this ice cream, so good. And we also went to give back, you know, the cans from like Coke or lemonade or whatever. You give them back and scan them at the store, and you get money back, like 1 crown per each. So you get like 5 crowns for 5 cans. And then on Saturday we also went to just get like a regular groceries at our regular store, apart from this like Asian store kimchi madness. A watermelon. I think it's like the beginning of the season, so we'll see how it is. That was around $5 for the whole watermelon, on like a very good deal that there is now. Some tonic water for my partner who really wants it. That's a good idea, right? To shake it up. We got a whole bunch of San Pellegrino Aranciata Rossa. This one is like sold out very frequently in the store, so I really like it. And now it's the season for sparkly drinks, so anyway, at least should be at least healthier than cola. What else we have? Some tomatoes. This was, by the way, 64 seks, $2 each, so $4. Then some eggs, big, but I think those are not organic, but free range, and indoor but free range. The eggs were 18 sek, so approximately $2. 2 avocados for $1 each. and a cucumber. How much was the cucumber? Also 15 kroner, so $1.50. Yep, that's the groceries for Saturday. On Sunday, we've had some groceries again, hummus, protein bread, solrosbund, sunflower. Yeah, sunflower. I think there were 3 of them in a pack, just to know, like half flowers. And we made some morning breakfast sandwiches with protein bread and hummus and some tomatoes on top. I got 2 croissants with chocolate for $23.90, and in the evening we got also some onion, red onion this time, 180 grams for $4.49. Olive oil for cooking, not for dressing salads, so like slightly cheaper for $63.95, and some creme fraiche for $12.95. And that made some kind of dinner with creme fraiche, onion, tomato, and cucumber salad. Feels like we actually didn't cover most of the times when you eat food. Like, not everyone had breakfast every day, but I think we did. Like, we still have quite a bit of, staples at home. Oatmeal, there were eggs before, there were some leftovers from other days or last week that I ate quite a bit, and I ate leftovers also from dinners that we made. But yeah, this is it. And now we go into and count the grand total. So overall, during 1 week, we've spent 4,116 crowns, which is around $400 or €400 right now. Most of it went into groceries, 34% or 35%, and lunch, 34%. Lunch mostly because my partner eats lunch outside. He doesn't cook the box for him, so maybe that would increase the groceries, but also significantly lower the prices for lunch. 4% went on snacks, and that's about 163 crowns. 8% went from breakfast, that's 326 crowns. 130 crowns we spent on coffee out. And of course, we still drink coffee at home. So we had coffee from before, and that was probably maybe 50 or 60 crowns for 1 pack, which lasts a couple of weeks. We spent 11% on dinner, that was 464, and 5% on drinks, 210. And we went out, out to eat twice for Friday evening and Saturday morning. We didn't buy any alcohol, we didn't eat out much. I had free food in the office, which was good for me, but not really good for the purpose of this video, I guess. And if you try to save and budget your food and you go to specific stores, of course you can probably spend less during your week. If you do want to budget in Stockholm, I recommend, of course, checking out which campaigns and discounts are there in different stores. Check out Lidl and Willys, and also just go on the websites of ICA, Coop, Willys, Lidl, mat.se. I think some of them also sell products that are closer to expiration dates, so they can be a little bit discounted. There is a cool app called Karma, which I tend to use quite a bit before working from home. Now, not so much. I don't really have nice Karma restaurants in my area, but if you're closer to the city, there you can get half price proper full dishes at the end of the day in different restaurants, or a baguette for half price, or just a lot of different stuff. That's a really nice one. There's also another one called Too Good To Go. That one doesn't let you pick specific dish that you want to get a discount on, but it kind of creates a bag of leftovers for you, and that can be a lot of breads from bakeries, or maybe just a mix of different types of food from a restaurant that cooks takeout and has leftovers. Definitely helps. And I also know that there are people who go to different areas of Stockholm, because a lot of stores work on franchise, and prices really differ depending on where you shop. If you shop in a fancy expensive area, the prices will be higher in the same supermarket chain as compared to like maybe further out from town. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments how much you spend on groceries for your family in the place where you live. I'm really curious. When I travel to, for example, Spain, I'm really shocked on how much less I spend on groceries, and honestly how much more tasteful are fruits and vegetables. You don't get the same here, and the prices are higher, but of course it's the north, so the supply chains are longer for all your watermelons and tomatoes and cucumbers and everything. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.